West Virginia made the right decision to fire Shane Lyons and hire Wren Baker to be their new athletic director, and I have numbers to back that up. So pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz. Welcome into another edition of Couz's Corner. Pull that chair up and let me serve you up another shot of top shelf college football content. On tap in this episode, yes, we're once again talking West Virginia's athletic director position. And I'm talking about the reason that they made the move they made, why they fired Shane Lyons, why they brought in Wren Baker. Fans have been speculating. Is it because of the poor performance of the football team? Is it because of the contract extension that Shane Lyons gave to Neil Brown that was approved, by the way, by the president and board? Or was it because Shane Lyons was not bringing in enough money for the football program or the athletic department as a whole? That's the reason being given by the university in most of the reports we're reading. And I have found some numbers that actually support that claim. From Sportico, a company who tracks and reports the financial data of college athletic programs around the country, I have come across this information via the 24/7 sports message boards, earsports.com. You get great information there. Kudos to Mike Casaza and Chris Anderson for the work they're doing over there. But anyway, somebody shared on the message board this information I'm going to share with you today. Now, not going to share with you everything because that would probably be a copyright violation. But I did put together my own spreadsheet from the information I was able to gather. And I'm going to share that spreadsheet with you. What you see right here is West Virginia Athletics profit and loss in the millions. This is all listed in millions of dollars now. From the 2017-18 academic year all the way through the 2020-2021 academic year. Obviously, we're still in the 21-22 academic year, so that information is not available yet. So let's look at 2017-2018 first. West Virginia made $10.9 million approximately in their entire athletic department in the 2017-2018 year. That was the third highest in the Big 12 and the ninth among all Power 5 institutions. So pretty good. 2018-2019, West Virginia made $4.5 million. Not very good. However, other schools apparently didn't do very well either because West Virginia still ranked 5th in the Big 12 and 19th overall in Power 5. But then the 2019-2020 year, West Virginia actually lost. The West Virginia Athletic Department actually lost $3.3 million that year. That put them 8th in the Big 12. Now, note here, TCU and Baylor's information is not available because they're private institutions. This information is only public schools who have to report their data. Private schools don't have to report. So basically what that means is West Virginia was last in the Big 12 among all public institutions at number 8 with a $3.3 million loss in their entire athletic department. Like I said, they were the only team in the Big 12 to lose money, the only program in the Big 12 to lose money that year. They were last in the conference and only 41st among Power 5 programs out of 65. And like I said, a lot of those are private institutions who don't report. Then you go to 2020, 2021, the asterisk there. This is the year, the football season of the 2020, 2021 football season would have started in the fall of 2020, which would have fallen into this academic calendar. So that year, the West Virginia Athletic Department actually did pretty darn good. They were number 1 in the Big 12, ranking at $8.2 million, and they were 10th in all of Power 5 in profit. $8.2 million in 2020, 2021. So not bad. If you take out the 2019-2020 year, that's not bad. But here's the problem: that big $3.3 million loss is big. How do they make up for that? That's hard to make up for. That probably put them behind the 8 ball a little bit. So let's go to the football program. Here we got a little bit different story. 2017-2018 only made $320,000 in profit, which was last in the Big 12 among public institutions and 47th among Power 5 programs. 2018-2019 only made $80,000 in profit for the football program. $80,000 in football. That's it. Ranked 8th again in the Big 12, 49th in all of Power 5. 2019-2020 made $28.2 million. Not bad. 5th in the Big 12, 23rd in all of Power 5. In 2020-2021 academic year, they brought in $6.4 million. This is where the football program would have fallen. This is the football season would have fallen within that COVID year. They brought in $6.4 million in profit. 7th in the Big 12, and 31st in all of Power 5. But keep in mind, Big 12 stadiums were not letting a lot of fans in, so I'm sure that impacted it. But all the schools were basically facing the same challenges. And West Virginia was still next to last in profit in football. Now, the reason this is a problem is we all know that football carries the weight of the athletic department as far as profits go. So even though the athletic department as a whole made money, the football program did not. And since you get 80% of your revenue, if not more, from football, what's that tell you? The athletic department is not making enough money in football. The reason they've been able to make enough in all sports is because they have done a pretty good job, with the exception of 2019, 2020, obviously. They have done a pretty good job of not overspending. West Virginia has been pretty fiscally responsible. They don't outspend what they bring in. The problem is they haven't brought in enough money. So how do you resolve that? How do you solve that problem? You go out and get a superstar fundraiser like a Wren Baker who can bring in more money for your football program, which will raise the profit of the entire athletic department. Because rising tides lift all boats. And the biggest tide is the football program. And if that football program can start getting up to first, second, third in the Big 12 and get up into the top 20 or 25 in the Power 5, I think they can start being more successful. They can pay their assistant coaches more. They can upgrade facilities even more. They can make a lot of improvements, whatever they need to do. They can do whatever they need to do to help bring in and retain talent at WVU. So it's very possible that Neil Brown was being handcuffed by the poor financial performance of the football programs as a whole. He's limited on what resources he has. And another caveat, I read an article the other day, or I think it was actually bluegoldnews.com. The brand new football facilities at West Virginia that just opened in 2021, that $55 million expansion that they added to make their facilities more attractive to recruits, that was done through taking on debt. So West Virginia still has debt to pay off to pay for those $55 million facilities. Ideally, they would have liked to have been able to do that with fundraising and with donor donations and those types of things, but they couldn't because either the donors didn't have the money to give or they didn't want to give it for that. Whatever the reason is, West Virginia shouldn't have had to take on debt to pay for that $55 million. They should have been able to do it through fundraising, through donations, and through profit. But they were not able to. So therefore, that debt could hold this program back even more, which even makes fundraising even more important because they need the fundraising to help pay off the debt for the new football facilities. So let me know, Mountaineer Nation, College and Couz's Corner family, what do you think about the financial situation at West Virginia right now? Do you think these numbers prove that West Virginia needs to go in a different direction as far as the athletic department goes? Or do you think there were still other reasons behind the firing of Shane Lyons? And do you think Neil Brown was handcuffed by this inability of West Virginia to bring in a lot of revenue as a football program? I want to hear your thoughts. Couz's Corner family, if you want to support me here on this channel, there's several different ways you can do that financially. You can check out the merch in my merch store by clicking one of the photos below of one of my merch items. That'll get you into my store. Right below the description box are some pictures of my merch. Click on one of those pictures. It'll get you into my store. You can hit the join button below to become a member of my channel. Take advantage of the Capital One Bowl Mania contest I'm holding right now for all channel members. The winner of that contest will win a $25 gift card. The way you enter, I put a link in the community tab for channel members. You click that link, it takes you into the ESPN site. You pick a winner for every bowl game. Whoever picks the most winners wins the contest. It's that simple. You can also click the heart thanks option right below this video. It's a one-time donation. You can leave a small comment along with a one-time donation, or I've got my Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal links in the description box if you want to do it that way. That will also go a long way in supporting me here at Couz's Corner. If you want to support me absolutely free, there's 4 ways you can do that. You can like the video, leave that comment under the video, share it out with your friends, and last but not least, subscribe to my channel here at Couz's Corner. Help me get to that 5,000 subscriber mark. And I also ask you, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the brand new West Virginia and Big 12 Hoops channel that I've started with my good friend Mountaineer Paul. I will leave a link to that in the description box as well. But it's called Hoops from the Hills, where you can find all your West Virginia basketball and a little bit of Big 12 basketball content as well. With that being said, I really appreciate your support. Thank you for tuning into this episode. And until the next one, Q Country Roads. West Virginia.